Hello. So let's kick it off. Just one moment more. Okay, we are ready to go. We see almost 70 people in the call, and we had more than 100 people signed up for this. So whoever didn't make it, we will record this call and share it later with everybody, and it will be a public one. And also, I hope that whoever is a little bit late, we will accept anyway them to join in for this session. So my name is Harri Tallinn. I am a partner at Civita and project director for the EUDIS Defense Hackathon and Mentoring Program. I'm happily here together with my colleagues and partners from the consortium. Civita is the consortium lead, but we have here also Fran from CARSA, who will explain later more details about the application procedure as such on the platform we are using. We have Secoforma, who is dealing with the communication part and who will be supporting also the local organizers on the communication. And we have Technopol, who is running the central hub and mentoring program later for winners. So this is our happy consortium to partner up with the EUDIS, with DG DEFIS, and we have been doing this program now for 3 cycles already, and really ready and excited to kick off the 4th together with some of you who are here in the call, I hope. So what are we going to talk about today? Quick opening remarks, not stepping much on this one here. Then we jump right into the topics of the hackathon. So we explain a little bit what's the hackathon about, what are the spring edition challenges and how do we envision the spring edition to happen. And then we explain a little bit more in details how to apply to become local organizer for the spring edition, and some tips and tricks and live Q&A as well as usually. So some rules for this info session as well. As I said already in the beginning, meeting will be recorded and published later. After the session, we will take a look at the Q&A together, and you can have more questions. For this, please use Q&A section in this Teams. So you can see on pictures below as well. Chat function is not available for you, or if you somehow crack it out, then we don't look at that one. Please use the Q&A section. If you don't want to reveal your name because everything is anonymous in here, then check the box accordingly so that you will be asking the question anonymous way. And upvote the questions also what you want to really be answered. And if we don't know the answer right away, or we want to investigate further, some special cases always might appear, then we will respond later, and Q&A will be also available later for everybody. So I hope everything is clear, and I will just kick it off. Then there will be either more time for Q&A or more time for your regular work afterwards if we finish earlier. So maybe just very quickly, as I said, it's already going to be the 4th edition of the EUDIS Defense Hackathons. So far, there have been 19 local organizers. This is public information also on the EUDIS website. You can check it out. 22 hackathons have been happening across Europe. On the map, you can see also different countries. More than 1,500 hackers, mentors, experts have joined in, and more than 200 solutions developed so far. So it's been really covering quite many different countries, but as you can see, there are quite a few which have not been part of the EUDIS hackathons yet. We really hope that we will have quite a few new countries also covered. And as I know in this call, there are many people from different countries which are gray still, so excited to see who's going to become the local organizer from new locations as well. Okie dokie. Maybe just a couple of alumni success cases here also for you to be pumped up a little bit that hackathons, there are many more success cases, but we decided to bring out 2 main ones here from the Dutch hackathon, just very recent one. The team was more or less set when they came in, but they found also new team members from the hackathon, and they developed their solution much faster and further. And they have today contracts with Dutch Armed Forces already for their solution. Then here's an example from earlier hackathon, where also collaboration with special Polish special forces is happening for the participants. We have also one of the teams who made it from last year to the NATO Diana last batch, Arius from Germany. And as I said, there are actually many other success cases which have been developing further. What is maybe a little bit different with most of the cases from last hackathons, they were more for the early stages. This is why we are especially proud, because the teams who made it far, they have put a lot of effort in it, and they have been developing really fast. And this year, as you may have noticed from our guide for applicants, we are looking for a little bit more mature teams. So the aim is to get out really quickly deployable solutions as well, and new innovations, obviously. So this is the welcoming part. I think David is not here, but from the European Commission side, from DG DEFIS, main contact point for this program is David Jelinek. He's a policy officer. I'm the project director from the Civita, but we have a big team behind this, and Thomas behind the scenes is helping also to run this webinar here. We have Francisco, who will talk later about the application system as such, but I can assure you there are many more people who you will find out and get to know later when you are one of the local organizers. So, with a couple of words about EUDIS itself, it's European Defence Innovation Scheme. And this initiative was launched in 2022 under the European Defence Fund. And the aim of it was to really foster the collaboration and new innovation. So what concerns the hackathons, then you can understand that this is exactly for the really early stage of the innovation, but there are many different activities what have been started by the EUDIS over those few years. And these are really driving the new innovation for the defense. So who can participate in EUDIS scheme? Different startups, scale-ups, SMEs, small and mid-caps, also different research organizations and innovation facilitators as such. Budget is quite huge, and for different activities, there's foreseen different budget as well. So when we think about EUDIS in general, then as I said, quite a few initiatives. Everybody knows probably this EDF R&D grants and are more familiar with that part. But there's also a defense equity facility, which is for the VCs, basically doing the LP part here. There are EUDIS matchmaking events, a little bit for the more mature startups and more mature SMEs, where different events are partnered up across Europe. And there are open calls for startups and SMEs to join in and get to the physical events in order to make connections with the VCs or end users or new partners, depending on the event where the connection is made and the partnership is made. This year, there will be 7 different events in Europe physically, but there are also online events happening at the same time, plus online platform where you can interact with different partners on that platform as much as you want. Then this is where we are, defense hackathons, mechathons. So we will talk about this more. Then there's EUDIS Business Accelerator. It's accelerator program for the startups and scale-ups. Last year, it started with the first cohort, and first 20 startups will finish in about a month in Munich in February. But currently, there is an open call going on for Business Accelerator as well. So next 20 startups will be selected, and they will start with their first bootcamp in March. So if you have good startups who need support from the Business Accelerator, then please share the word and let them know about this great opportunity. On top of the program here, they have also opportunity to gain 120,000 voucher as non-equity financing for them. And then as a totally new initiative, ongoing tender from the EUDIS side is Tech Forces. Tech is testing and validation of the new innovations. And this is something that will kick off in 2026. So let's dig into the EUDIS Defense Hackathons then. This is why we are all here, and this is where we are looking for really good local organizers across Europe to join the mission. So what are the objectives of the defense hackathons? Main aim is to really help to solve critical defense challenges and create innovative solutions to support EU member states, Norway, and also Ukraine military needs. So for this, we want to foster and bridge the civil and defense ecosystems between themselves. So the solutions, what we are looking for, they should be defense focused, but they can be also dual use focused, depending what problem exactly you are solving and from where you are actually coming from. So we really want to make sure that products and services what are created in here or brought here to the validation, they are really in line with today's needs, and they help to take defense capabilities to the next level. How do we do it? So we will select for the spring edition 8 local hackathon organizers. So 8 organizers from 8 different countries. This is very important because already today on the platform, we see that there are quite many countries from where we have multiple organizers interested. So if possible, talk inside your local ecosystem and try to rather collaborate, not to compete. Because what is the restriction here? In our case, is that we pick one organizer per one country maximum. So meaning that if you join the forces, there is higher probability that you will be selected as the local organizer of the local hackathon, because very important part of this hackathon is to gather also the necessarily and relevant ecosystem players around you. There is one central hub located in Tallinn, from where we help to support you, and from where we make direct connections to all the local hubs on the first day and on last day of the hackathon. But in between, you will have time to make your own presentations and create your own activities according to how you see it the best way on your local hackathon, depending what will be your possibilities also locally. Do you have more like testing opportunities available? Do you have more hackathon type of activities available, etc.? We are quite flexible in here. We have the framework, we support you, and together with all the 8 local organizers, we will discuss different opportunities also. So from each local hackathon, at the end of the hack will be winner announced. This will be done together with the central hub, so we keep it in secret until you will have the opportunity to connect with everybody else and to announce your local winner. Those local winners will be part of the specialized mentoring program, which will take 2 months. And at the end of the mentoring program, best of the best will also get the opportunity to pitch one of the events which we select for this batch. For the autumn batch, our selection is at the moment in confirmation phase, but they will be in front of quite many interesting ecosystem players in Europe, if not to say probably for all of them, but we will see if it's going to be confirmed as well. So the approach is synchronized. As I said, we will have connections from the central hub. We will have people behind the screens and on location also to support you. And this is about the collaboration. So all together, our consortium and you as local organizers who will be selected, this is our common effort to make this hackathon as powerful as possible and as impactful as possible to Europe. So what are we looking for in this spring edition? We have defined one theme with a couple of challenges, but there's opportunity for you to get involved as well. So the main theme of spring edition is defending airspace for a deeper cooperation with Ukraine, particularly on drones technology and countermeasures. We have two subdivided challenges here. One is cost-effective drone interceptors, and second is next-generation drone detection systems. There is a little bit more background described on our homepage, why those two challenges are put forward centrally. But you don't need to stay with them only. These are definitely very high priority for us. But as you see, here is opportunity for local organizer to define challenges as well. And why is it so? Because different local organizers come from different ecosystems who have their own challenges. This is one reason for that. And the second reason is also that depends how much you are moving towards, let's say, Mechathon versus the software type of hackathon. It gives you also different opportunities, what kind of challenge exactly to define here. Plus, you can bring in with this option also your different local partners. Are they corporates? Are they army? Are they MOD? You name it. So it's up to you to define together also additional challenges. And we don't limit it only with one challenge. You can have more of those. Okay, timeline. What is the timeline for us? Deadline to apply to become local organizer is 25th of January, so 23:59. Yeah, so if you can do it before midnight, then you are in. We will try to do evaluation from our side really fast. We are prepared for it. Hopefully there will be no hiccups or major questions related to some applicants and their eligibility or some similar topics, what might influence the timeline a little bit, but we are prepared for all different kinds of possible hiccups as well. So our timeline is basically a week after the deadline. We want to be ready with the evaluation and eligibility check. Then there will be some additional checks, and the final decision making and approval by the DGTFs. And in the beginning of February, we really want to be ready to go with 8 local organizers towards the next hackathon. Yes, hackathon itself, Thursday to Saturday, 26th to 28th of March. This is a fixed deadline in all 8 locations. It will happen at the same time. So no tweaking in here. You cannot propose that I would like to do it in April or I would like to do it in May. This is the fixed date, 26th to 28th of March, and across Europe at the same time. This is why we have it set up this way as well. Mentoring program will start right after the hackathon for the top teams, and 11th of June is the end of the mentoring program for those winning teams, 8 teams, who will pitch for the top 3 positions, who will get to the event in front of the investors or end users after that. This will always be selected later when we know the teams, so that the event will be relevant for them. And also we want to be able to utilize the opportunities if there are some new interesting events coming up in Europe in general. That's why we don't fix this yet. So what will local organizers receive from our side, from us as a consortium? We will have right away after local organizers are announced, we will add to your calendars concrete timing when we have the meetings together with all of you. So there will be onboarding meeting, and there will be coaching and communication meetings. So this is all in order to have all of us on the same page, and to share also all the good practices and also all the challenges, so that together we can come over and make those hackathons a real success. We will have standardized templates and materials for you as well, so that in order to reduce administrative burden for you as much as possible, so that you could really focus on delivery of the content and to help the hackers as much as you can. We will have shared cloud space where we share all the information, materials, and anything we need. And of course, from our side, as you could see also from the open call documentation, there is also financial support, 60,000 euros. 20% of it will be paid out to you when we sign the contract, and the rest when the final report is approved by the DG office as well. What is the mentoring program itself containing? It has weekly and bi-weekly sessions with the key mentors for the teams. We will have, as a new element compared to last 3 editions, if some of you have been part of it, we will have also physical bootcamp included for the teams. So we come together into one location, and we will have 2 days of the physical meeting with the teams. We will have online workshops for them, and ad hoc one-on-one mentoring with a pool of experts. So as teams are different, then also their needs are different, and we have very good expert pool for that. Yeah, so let's jump further. Who can apply? Any private or public entity legally established in the EU or Norway, and not being subject to control by a non-associated third country or by non-associated third country entity. So basically, anyone who has been part of the EDF, European Defence Fund, or knows about European Defence Fund rules, basically the rules are exactly the same, so no differences. So the infrastructure, facilities, assets, resources, they all must be in EU member state or Norway as well. Technical requirements. As this will be a physical hackathon, then location itself needs to be suitable for hosting such kind of event. You need to have a capacity to have minimum 50 participants, plus mentors, selection board members, visitors, experts, speakers, able to take part of it. All the people who are taking part of the hackathon in those different roles, they need to be also the EU member states, Norway or Ukraine citizens. So again, most of the rules the same as they are in the EDF, and exceptionally is added here also Ukraine. So we want to see Ukraine participants, mentors, experts, speakers involved as well, as much as you can involve them. We're happy to see that. Many have done it already in the past as well, so we want to continue with it, and hopefully have even more. So the next point I already said, they all need to be citizens of those countries. And when we talk about organizers, then here is the requirement that organizers need to be citizens of EU member states and Norway. All hackathons participants, selection board members and speakers must also be the citizens of the EU countries, but can be also from Ukraine. The entity must have experience as organizer, at least as one defense hackathon, accelerator, or any other type of open innovation program. As you can see from the last part of any other type of open innovation program, it's kind of quite wide and open, but you need to keep in mind that the emphasis is on the defense. So the more you can bring on the table the defense experience, the better it is for you. So some other eligibility criteria. Project management, event production management, and marketing management skills, competencies, they need to be within the staff. So we will ask also CVs of the people. A capability to run hackathon in the given timeline. This is something we are checking also from your background information and what do you write down into your application form. Financial capacity to host the hackathon. Also, as the budget from our side has been growing, last times it was only 24,000 euros compared to 60,000 euros what we give out now. We require also that you are able to attract sponsorship money or any partners are providing for your money to give also awards for the best teams in minimum 10,000 euros cash. As we saw also from the last hackathons organized, quite a few did it already back then. So we think it's totally achievable, but this is something you should address as well, that how do you plan to achieve this 10,000 euro prize pool and how would you plan to spend it or split it between the teams? Obviously, you need to have good digital connectivity when you are interacting on first and last day with the central hub. In terms of the security and data protection, it's one of the really high priorities for us, so that you are making sure that all the people are the right people and eligible people on the hackathon site and getting access in general to hackathon. And for this reason, for example, our team 100% is trained on data protection and cybersecurity. From your side also, you need to have team members who have been trained, especially those who are responsible for handling the respective data of the participants. And you need to make sure that you comply with this part as well. So, organizational and technical requirements continued. Broadcasting, central hub content to all participants. Thus, we needed also that you have good connection, capability to execute and facilitate prototyping, testing, to validate the team's final projects. Access to local ecosystem. Here we have brought out to 10-15 regions relevant key research innovation stakeholders to support and evaluate the teams, including defense users as technical mentors, judges. So from our point of view, it is really important that you engage as much as possible with the local defense armed forces, with MOD, with other defense players in your ecosystem and bring them to this hackathon. Communication, promotion activities, obviously a really important part of the hackathons. So please demonstrate that when you are applying, that you have the skills, you have done it before, and how do you plan to do it this time? And also, how do you help potential participants to find out about you, but also how to tap into the professional defense-related communities later on as well. So the deadlines, as I said before, 25th of January needs to be handed in the application. Everything needs to be readable so that we can open the files, we can check them, we can read them, we can evaluate them. Everything should be in English. 3 CVs, meaning that you have 3 team members minimum involved in organizing this hackathon. You can have more, but 3 key CVs need to be handed in according to the requirements we have in our application form. And you need to include also information about communication and promotional capabilities. Namely, the PDF, what we ask you to add, needs to contain communication dissemination strategy or plan for the event, social media channels you will use, and also the website, what kind of information you will have up there. Examples of relevant communication products needed, and also we ask for general budget breakdown, which kind of needs to show how those different elements have been thought through, and do you have put enough emphasis to the relevant elements of the hackathon. One really important part is ownership declaration. It needs to be filled in, signed and scanned, and this is something we usually asked before, after we did the short list of the hackathon organizers, but as you noticed from the timeline, we want to be really fast in starting up with the execution of the hackathons. So this is why this time we are asking it together with the application form. Again, something everybody who is familiar with the EDF and similar activities under the defense scheme is well aware. It's nothing too difficult to fill in, just another paper. You need to make sure that it's attached. So if you have about this one questions, this part, definitely put it to Q&A and upvote. Then we take first those which are having most votes, so to say. And now I'm happy to give it to go even into more details for Fran. So I see that you've switched the camera on already. Ready to take over?
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Harry. Let's see if I can. Yeah. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending to this info session. My name is Francisco Buján. I'm working CARSA. I'm part of the EUDIS Hackathon implementation team, as Harry was explaining before. I'm going to tell you about, I'm going to explain how to actually apply for this call. And as you might have heard already, this has to be done through a platform. And the message, or let's say the most important message here is that we have tried our best to make it easier, as easy as possible for you to apply. So you have only to concentrate on preparing a good, let's say, project, your approach, and explain to us what is your value proposition. So you don't have to care much about how difficulties or difficult in applying or providing the information. Okay, so first, as you might imagine, first is where to find the platform and how to access it. The first, so there will be two possible accesses to the platform. One would be you go to the EUDIS Defense Hackathon 2026 main page and click on apply here. You would be directly derived into the access window of the platform, or you can directly type in the URL that you see on the screen right now, and that would take you to the access window as well, which, well, more or less it looks like that, where you will have either a login access if you already registered, or if you're the first time you access the platform, you will be invited to register. Click on register. Okay, one important thing here is that you can already at this stage, even before you register, have access to the guide for applicants, which is, let's say, the legal or the bonding document for us and for you, to where all the conditions and processes included in the open call are explained and must be the main reference for you when preparing your application and what you're proposing. And as I said, you might have access to that document even before you register. Okay, so you might, because after this info session and after reading carefully what is written there, it might turn out that this is not for you, which we hopefully is not the case, but sometimes it might be. Okay, so read it carefully. That's why we did it this way. Next time, so when you click on, let's imagine that it is the first time you access this login platform, you click on register, and you'll be asked to fill in just basic, very basic data. So and information about you and your organization. Normally, what we expect is that with just one person takes the leading role here and registered the whole organization as a potential or eventual local organizer. Okay, so just basic information about your email address and where and city and country, etc. And click on register, and that'll be it. So that you will be a pop-up, let's say, a page will come up saying that you have been successfully registered here. And you can directly go into the application form. Okay, so you don't expect to let's say receive an email of confirmation and so on. You just, once you get this pop-up page saying that congratulations, you have been successfully registered, you're in, and you will be able to access later with the password and user that you have stayed in the registration process. Okay, so as I said, when clicking on start, you will be jumped into the application form, and next time you log in, you can click on my application, just in case you might have not completed all the process or all the application in one shot. You might, of course, get in and get out as many times as you want just before the deadline. So anytime you access again, you click on my application, and you will jump into the application form, which will be composed mainly of a first, let's say, declaration and commitments. Here you will find all the requirements and conditions that Harry was explaining to you just a few minutes ago, and you will have to confirm that you comply with these commitments and requirements, clicking on each and every single one of them. Let's say clicking a yes, and that you will be confirming it. Okay, so you have options, yes or no, but we hope that every one of you will be eligible and you will comply with the requirements. So clicking on yes on every single one of them, and once you have click on them, all of them, you can click on save, and then you will be done with this part. Okay, it's a very let's say intuitive it's a application, and it's quite very easy to just go through them very carefully, read them, click on the appropriate or corresponding answer, and just move on with the button save. Okay. Well, it's important to say that if you may not comply with any just one of all of the requirements, that the system won't let you go further. Okay, so since you have to confirm and you have to comply with all the requirements, only if you comply with all of them, you will be allowed to move on and to send out your application. So just make sure that you do. Okay. Once you've done that, you just jump into the next and final window of the application, where you have to provide let's say a name and a title for your project, and to provide the mandatory, let's say, documents that we need actually to evaluate and assess whether your application is good, a super good, or medium, or whatever, depending on each one of you. Okay, the first mandatory and most important one is the technical, what we call the technical document, the technical project description, is where you will have to explain and answer all the sections that we ask here, and that would allow us to evaluate your application based on the criteria that we have set up. This criteria is defined and described and also put into numbers and weights in the guide for applicants. That's why it's very important, again, that you read carefully the guide for applicants and understand what is important, relevant for us in this open call. Okay, so project technical description, one mandatory document you have to prepare offline and upload online, you will find here the template for it. You can download the template and start working with it. And then you will be also asked, as you can see, to upload at least 3 mandatory and obligatory CVs. Harry was also explaining about that before, which is we're asking for at minimum a project management skills or competencies, one person here, one marketing, let's say, project manager competence here, and a third one, okay? And we will address some questions here later. Okay, I saw just one question pop up in the screen, and then once you have let's say uploaded these 3 mandatory CVs, which is again project management, even production management expert, and let's say director or sort of person profile, and the marketing experienced personnel. You may, of course, if you wish, provide additional CVs that may, provide us with more information about your expertise and background experience. And you can simply click on add on this let's say orange button on the right, add new CV, and click on your and upload it from your PC. Okay, so you can upload as many CVs as you wish, but the mandatory ones and the ones we will be mainly looking at will be those 3 first ones. Okay. And then we'll jump into the annexes. You also are required to upload and prepare an upload, which is Annex 1, the communication and promotion plan. There's a template you can download here as well from the platform, where you describe all the communication, what is your strategy here, and how you commit to attract mature or let's say the type of teams and founders, startup founders that we're looking for to participate in your hackathons. The budget table, also Harry was telling you about earlier, and the ownership declaration, which is also very important, as you heard, for us to have in our hands in order to complete the let's say the eligibility and acceptance process. Okay, and once you've done that, so you just have to click on submit. Okay, so the platform will not let you submit until every single, let's say, space of required document has been filled in. And yeah, and you click on submit, you will be directed to the submission page where applicants are asked to provide everything that I was referring to. Important also to say is that you may submit as many versions of the technical project or an annexes as you want. Prior to the deadline. So the one that have been the last versions of the documents that you uploaded and submitted, you have to click on submit. Okay, it will be the ones that will be evaluated. This is normally done in order to let's say sometimes when you deadline is approaching and you might have something that we actually encourage you to do is to might have submit your application, let's say 1 or 2 days before the deadline. You've been working on it, and you just submit it just for your, let's say, relaxing or calm. And then either you want to improve your application to the very last moment, or you realize that you forgot something to tell us or whatever. You always have the chance to upload again a new document or a new, let's say, technical project description and submit. Click. I will emphasize on clicking on submit just before the deadline. Okay, so and that very last version of it, that will be the one that will be evaluated. Okay, so I think that's important to explain here. And yeah, once you've done that, every time you do this, again, you may do it as many times as you wish before the deadline. Every time you click on submit, if everything is okay, you will have this message of congratulations, your application has been successfully submitted, and it will be in the system for us to evaluate right after the deadline. Okay. So this is it. I mean, this is as simple as that. Registration. You put yourself a password and a user, and you fill in some information. You work on the documents that are provided here as the mandatory ones. Explain us everything you want to tell us about your proposed way of organizing a hackathon based on the templates. And based on also it's important on the evaluation criteria, and you click on submit, and that'll be it. We may come up later for any questions you may have, and now I would like also to provide you some general tips for successful application, or what we think should be taken, let's say, more importantly in consideration in order to be successful. And in order to compete with other potential local organizers in your country and also in other countries, because as Harry was explaining, we only have 8 spots free for you, and there are many countries in Europe. Okay, so the more you concentrate on this, on being on your different and highlight your value proposition, the better. What to take into account? Well, we think that you should emphasize your previous hackathon accelerator or open innovation program experience as much as possible. As you already heard before, this is one of the evaluation criteria, and this is something that we're really looking for, because at the end of the day, we also looking for, in comparison to other previous EUDIS hackathons, we are here looking this time to more mature teams, able to bring into the market products faster and sooner. Okay. Also make your defense connection visible. Okay, so make sure you highlight that you have really good connections with the ecosystem, and you are able to bring them in different formats. So let's say with different ways of making that hackathon days successful ones. So what is the linkage to stakeholders in the defense sector in your region or country? Who you bring in on board, and highlight your innovative and impactful approach for doing it prior and during the hackathon. Okay. And also, we think that it's important, based on the evaluation criteria again, and what we are really looking for. How will you attract startups and startup founders? Do you or your partners have strong connections or connections with relevant hackathon participants? So, what promotional activities you will put in place to ensure that at least you have 50 participants? These promotion activities also have to be highlighted in the annex, in the corresponding annex, but since that part is also part of the application, we think that you should emphasize on that and work hard on highlighting the promotion activities, because participants is key, and also emphasize your sponsors, the ones you have also already heard that you are committed to engage 10,000 euros additional in sponsorship. Plus the grant that we providing you. And so well, the question would be, would your sponsor support you also financially, or by providing other kind of prizes to winners? So please, also, I think we think that emphasizing your engagement with additional sponsors will be also important to make a difference in comparison with others. Yeah, sorry. And let's say, as a final remark here or comment here, read the evaluation criteria and its specific elements very carefully. I was referring to that also previously, but this is important because this is this evaluation criteria and the weight that they have in let's say the global scoring that evaluators will give to your application is key. Okay, so address these criteria convincingly in your technical project description. Make sure that you address every single one of the criteria and every single aspect of it that already described in the guide for applicants. Well, yeah, and best practices for local organizers ensure an equally pleasant experience for applicant for let's say for participants. Make sure there's a let's say it's a workable and successful ambient or experience for them as a place to work on their MVPs and on the testing of the prototypes while during those 3 days. Start searching for mentors and selection board members already, even though you of course at this moment you're working on the application and you don't know if your let's say your application is going to be selected. Plan your resources and activities with strict timelines. And of course, if you are selected, take part. That will be key to be successful. To take part in the Central Hub coaching calls and other provided resources, because that would be that would be the let's say the main element. So to make your hackathon successful. In terms of the organization, okay, and of course contact us at any time during the application process and also afterwards. So we're happy to we're here to help and to help you first on to make a successful application, and then if you select it to make the best out of your hackathon, because we need to have this in order to move forward. Let's see. Yeah, and that would be my part. Thank you for listening, and we now move on to the Q&A and see if there's some questions in the chat or either speaking of them out loud.
Yeah, Q&A is opportunities in this Q&A part in the only. I think other options are closed, but let's dig in. Let's see what we have in here, and I will start from the bottom then. Let's see. Prototype testing was the question. That what exactly do we mean? Does it need to be specifically testing area or test bed? This is something what can be quite different depending on the location. So we have, as you wrote it down rightfully, that it's not very concretely defined in our request. So we have been leaving it open that you can propose what kind of prototyping opportunities and also what testing opportunities you can provide, because the applicants can be quite different. I can give just a couple of examples, or just one very simple one, that a couple of hacks last year happened on the abandoned airfields, which have been taken into the use as potential flight testing facilities today, and in the future turned into that more. So it was really cool to see that guys who were working with the drones, they could anytime go out, fly the drones, collect data from that flight, come back, work on it, go out, do it again. This is like the most simple way how you can do it if you have like space around the hacking building. Or there are different R&D facilities anyway, where there are different labs where you can do also different types of testing. So depends again, software, hardware, something else, you know, it's up to you to to propose us what do you have and how do you plan to utilize this. So question in Telegram group that it was really bad experience to apply and later there was no feedback or something like this. I think this is something that you should really connect us with if you have such kind of information, because what we are doing all the time, we have chats with the local organizers where we communicate very regularly during the preparation and during the hackathon and after also in the mentoring program. We have email address from what we monitor constantly, especially very on time when some kind of open calls are going on, but also on the running basis later. And we always ask feedback from organizers, from the participants. So far, the feedback has been the communication is really fast and good. So I would really be happy if you are coming with concrete case and turn to us. Maybe it was during some vacation period, something we missed. Maybe it was when on some of the partners, project manager has been changing and you had continued talking with the previous one. I don't know the case. We need to be really straight on here because I don't believe in rumors. I believe in solutions and solution-oriented approach, and there are different people who are very actively communicating. The best case during the preparation for the hackathon, there was a case, it was in less than 3 minutes solved, for example, when it came up. So depends. Maybe there was mishappening with something. So please come back directly. I would really like to hear about it concretely, what happened. During the declaration and commitments. Yeah, this is misalignment probably. Yeah, 10,000 euros should be the price pool minimum. Last year it was 5,000. So we have increased together with the requirements for the target group. So prototyping, yeah, this is, I think I already addressed. Next one, Thomas responded already. Let's say, yeah, if you are from the same country applying, no, we don't need a temporary JV or something. Just as you go with the regular consortia to different tenders, similar type of approach. Somebody is the lead, others are trusting the lead, giving their support letters for that, and power of attorney to represent you, and this is totally fine for us. No further huge complications needed. We have had consortia like that. It has worked nicely. Approvals are done. Yeah, local organizers. But maybe I want to still bring it out that local organizers obviously should and will do different events to promote their own hackathon in order to attract more hackers. You can do also physical ones if you like to, but you just need to let us know, and we will let DigiDefis know. And usually there's no question about it. Of course, you can do those events. But this is again something that when we are doing together all the next hackathon set, then we will be actually in a common chat room, and it's going to be very quick and smooth. Financial review, I answered that one as well. It's from our side, it's lump sum if KPIs are met. No further questions from our side. Maybe the difference is that when you are now doing the budget and showing the budget for us, it's about organizing and all the activities you are doing. But this concrete budget we are giving from this one, you cannot have the 10K cash prize. This needs to be from sponsors or from yourself or from your partners, because it is not eligible from the EUDIS. This is the only thing we are looking. Mentors, individuals. I'm not very sure if I understand this question at the moment, but it's as it usually is that there are hackers. We are looking rather teams in here, but we don't say that individuals cannot join in. So it's a little bit up to you as well. But I think if usually also when when teams are coming to the hackathon, they still are missing some people. They still are looking for some. So I encourage that the applications are definitely open also for the individuals, so that they can come and they can join the preformed teams, as you say here.
And to point out that the mentors won't be joining the teams themselves; they will be mentoring the teams.
Mentors are mentors, as usually they are on the hackathon. Challenges, suggestion. Actually, this is true that the air defense is kind of the main theme, but we are open for the suggestions also from the local organizers if you maybe want to even have additional theme from different area. It's totally fine. I don't know. I personally would say maybe just randomly now. Finland very good in quantum. Maybe they want to do something in quantum on top of it. I don't know. Just that's extreme example maybe. Then somebody is already
looking for a partner,
trying to consolidate country. I understand. RTOs. Definitely also RTO teams can participate. It's they don't need to be startups per se, but they should be teams who have already something. So how we have defined it more or less is that ideally we would like to see something around TRL 5 plus minus, but we are very, very open. So it depends also how competitive will be the application process towards your concrete hackathon, I would say. If you are able to get 100 plus TRL 5 plus teams, then I don't know, it's quite crazy. Then we need to figure out how to solve that question if it's going to be too popular. But no, in general, we are quite open. And as you know, minimum participants, it's 50 people. So we are looking for good quality. So like 15, 20 really good teams, that would be a really good result. If we have more, very nice. But we are looking for impact and results, not necessarily like hundreds and hundreds of participants. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. 100 plus something would be nice as a total. But again, we are looking for really good outcomes at the end. And this is what we have received from each hackathon set as well.
You can spread the prize among the top three. So that's the top three prize fund, 10K cash. You can allocate it as you want.
Yeah, exactly. The question was about then how should the 10K be distributed? So usually it is distributed between top three, but you can suggest how you would like to do it. Any specific eligibility requirements? Not different than it was mentioned already. And so EU, Norway, Ukraine citizens. And we talk about citizens, not with a living permit or something. They need to be citizens. So this is kind of the eligibility criteria here, and this is something you need to make sure when people come to the hackathon. In previous years, as we had also online participants, then verification was needed to do already beforehand online. So now when we have moved towards the physical hackathons only, you can do this at the entrance to the hackathon location, actually. So no need to hassle beforehand online too much. But again, so this is part what you can also describe. How do you do it? MVP, further development, yes. Student teams, if they have MVP and for the defense purposes, of course they can participate. It's not about profession what you had or don't have yet. It's about building next defense products. So I will refresh now the questions. Let's see. There are quite many. So I will try to get to the point where I finished.
Martin was last.
Yes, I see. Yeah. And reading the next question. Yeah, I think MVP question I answered. Yeah, I think the second part of the question after the MVP question, 2 questions, point 1, point 2, that young researchers, can they join in if they don't have MVP or idea on their own? Yeah, they could join the teams who came to the hackathon if those teams are looking for such kind of people. So first, they could join in and try to match with the teams. Or if you have pre-events, you should have some pre-events at least for the hackathon. Promotion purposes, this is also the place where you could think about this part as a potential matchmaking opportunity for different people and teams in order to help them to find each other and cooperate. Yeah, 60,000 is for you as local organizers. 10K prize fund should be on top of it. You need to find your own resources for that. Is it from yourself or is it from sponsors? Is it from some other partners? Up to you. Letters of support, helpful. So if you have them, definitely they are helpful. They show and kind of prove that you are in connection with the ecosystem already and you are bringing them on board. So they always are helpful, but not necessarily something that without you cannot become local organizer. No, this is not the case. So it's a nice addition. Yeah, Fran has hand up.
Yes, hello again. Yeah, just in case somebody is asking him or herself how to provide those letters of support. As you might have seen, there's not a specific place in the platform for it. So, well, what I would say is that you attach them at the very end of the technical project description, okay, as an additional pages there in PDF, okay. Because there's no as Harry said, I mean, nothing's going to happen if you don't provide them. But if you want to reinforce your message, it's okay. But there's no specific place in the platform for it. So I would suggest that you attach them at the very end of the technical project description as your own, let's say, annexes there. Okay.
Yeah, it's very good that you added that information as well. Thank you, Fran. Personal costs include costs of mentors. Yes, it can. If you pay for mentors, then yes. Then the project team question. Going through that now.
What constitutes defense experience, basically?
Yeah, exactly. And there is an example, I understand. Yes, if you have done hackathon for defense, that's definitely a big plus, also from the reference point of view. Yeah. So this is definitely kind of good minimum start. And if you can add some other team members who are from some of those areas that you list in here, that's definitely also something that kind of strengthens your proposal. But you could start with this minimum defense hackathon experience as the minimum demonstration. So mentoring program. Yeah. As from centrally, we can support 8 winners only. Then many local organizers we have seen, and they have provided additional mentoring from their side to more teams. So basically, this is what it means. And how they align, this is, because only one team is with us later, then it's up to you. How do you want to provide that information or that kind of support for the other teams? And obviously, we can share also the time schedule of our events. No problem with that. And have we done it also with some of the other local organizers so far?
I mean, yes, tons of local organizers have had their own program at the same time, basically.
So there are many questions popping up more. That's good. Yeah, the public holidays, yes, with hackathon itself. It goes with that because we really had one case from the very first hackathon where local organizers later came out, was very well aware that, especially for the defense, it was quite no-go weekend, but they still applied, they won it, and then it was quite difficult for them to organize this hackathon, and it was quite a challenge. So if you know that in your country this is the case, we have checked the holiday calendar across Europe when we were setting up the dates. There shouldn't be major holidays in any of the countries, but maybe in some countries there still are. So up to you to decide then that how to mitigate that risk if you are planning something, your hackathon will happen during holiday.
About this question specifically, it asks about the 6th of April mentoring program. I think the mentoring program isn't set as in stone as much, so we can work around that if Latvia is chosen.
Yeah, exactly. Mentoring program, we have the indicative dates, but at the end, when we know 8 teams who are taking part of that program, and if it will influence really some of the teams, then we can change those teams for the mentoring program. That's no problem. Budget template, I think it should be updated, but if not, it needs to be done. Maybe the guideline has wrong attachment. Let's check it over with our team. MODs, yeah. Yes, so when we have those 2 central hub activities on the first day and on the last day of the hackathon, then we have compared, I see that the one who is asking was organizer before as well. We have made it shorter, so definitely you will have time to have your local speakers, and you should have them as well. So I encourage you to bring in high-level local speakers also for the kickoff and for any other moments during the hackathon happening. This event will be recorded and shared, yes.
Fully on site and physical, probably.
Fully presenter. That one as well, yes. This physical hackathon, no online hackathon this time. Are the dates fixed? Yes, they are, and it doesn't need to happen Saturday. Saturday is actually final day. You could do that kind of activities on Friday, because we start on Thursday and we finish on Saturday. So actually Friday for different testings, if you have testing opportunities and you can pre-arrange some of them, then this is also big plus for this year edition, because in the previous editions we had it from Friday to Sunday, and we saw that it is more difficult. So this time, Thursday, Friday, you can utilize those, especially Friday. Okay, yeah, guide for applicant, let's check it over, the numbers, but yes, as you need at least 50 people minimum requirement on the hackathon, obviously it should be 50. Yeah, about the size of the team, well, 1 person, in my opinion, is not a team. So minimum 2, I would say that this nice size of the team for the hackathon usually is 3 to 5. But obviously you can be flexible, so it's up to concrete decision-making process if there are some exceptions in some reason needed to be accepted. Those things, as usually, they go case by case, but I would say that this good operative and successful team sizes between 3 to 5, maybe maximum 7. Okay, sometimes people come with more people as well, but everybody who is experienced with the hackathons knows that if it's also too big, then very often, the questions start at how much they can actually contribute compared to the time what's out there. But it's very similar to regular hackathons in that sense. No big differences from our point of view. Yeah, I think that question was 2 times. What are the requirements for the mentors to be eligible for the role? Same thing. EU, Norway, Ukraine citizens. This is the minimum requirement from the eligibility point of view. And obviously, the mentors should know what they are doing and where they're giving their advice. So again, like with other hackathons here, keep in mind it's a defense hackathon. Any connection with the defense is needed. Okay, you might have maybe sometimes also opportunity to use marketing, general business mentors. If they are good people, why not? Same with the legal, but defense connection is definitely something when I would look for the mentors, this is kind of the minimum I would like to see in the hackathon. So it is a little bit individual, but when you're demonstrating in your application, then we are definitely looking for the defense backgrounds. Question about different regions, key research, innovation, stakeholders, actors. No, you don't need to have support letters or ownership control declarations or something like that. It means that you can demonstrate in your application that there are different ecosystem partners with whom and stakeholders in the defense field with whom you are able to cooperate. Again, taking our previous experience with previous applicants, this is actually quite common what all the applicants or successful applicants have been doing and putting emphasis in their application. They're showing that with whom they cooperate already on the defense field. So we are not looking from 10, 15 support letters or even worse, ownership control declarations in here. Basically, these are different organizations who help you to either distribute information about the hackathon, organizations from where you are getting mentors, speakers, trainers, jury members, for example. Yeah, something like that, what we are looking for. Scope of the hackathon. This is the challenge, what we described, the challenges, but you can bring in additional ones if you like to. I think maybe you joined in a little bit later to the question, but you can revisit what we spoke about already. It's about air defense this time. Can be drones, but also countermeasures. So it's not drones only in that sense. Yeah. Fran, here is the question about uploading the CVs versus 2 people per task.
I can answer that one.
Go for it.
Basically, basically, we want to see that your team capacity is 3 people that you can replace if someone is not available or something. 2 people need to be involved at all times on the project management side and on the marketing side. The event execution is divided between the 2, but we just want to see that the team has capacity to do the whole program.
That's basically the minimum criteria. But in reality, obviously, you will have more team members involved and you can demonstrate them as well in your application. Okay, that was answered already. Please clarify the period between sign the contract and the hackathon. Yeah, that's the timeline we were showing. Maybe you can jump back, Thomas. You got it. Okay. So here you can see the timeline again. So we, from our side, we want to start as soon as possible, meaning that as soon as we have local organizers approved, we will contact with you and set up kickoff really ASAP, because we all see that the timeline is quite short until hackathon itself. So that's also why you, when you are preparing now your application, try to really think in a way that you are going to organize it, whatever happens, and then to be really in stealth mode to start it when you get to know that you are the local organizer. From our side, contracts, everything is prepared, just filling in your details, and we are good to go as soon as we can announce organizers. As I said, from the deadline, I hope that maximum in 2 weeks everything is sorted out. But it's not only behind us. Yeah, Brian also answered. Yeah.
Yes, thanks, Harry. I already put it on the question. It wasn't a question. There's a mistake here. It says 2 to 6 January. Of course, it's 2 to 6 February. The decision of the selected team.
Sure.
Okay. And I think it's important that you, as it says here, please check your inbox regularly. And also, well, if you don't mind, you also check out your spam folder, just in case. Sometimes this type of communications go on, depending on the configuration each one of us has on its email application. You may get some, some willing to have emails on the spam folder. Just to highlight this.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, seems like we are done then. Good. As time is also almost done, then if you have any other questions, then Thomas, put the email address again here. Write us email. We are monitoring it constantly. We are coming back to you really quickly. If there are any other questions, just shoot us. This recording will be available later as well to check, but we are happy to really be in contact with you, whatever kind of questions you are. You are very welcome to reach out, ask a quick call if needed, no problem from our side. And again, please, if you are really connected to your local defense ecosystem in your country, reach out to different organizations as well if they are applying, so that really putting together with your ecosystem a really good hackathon and bringing in the best teams from your side to help them really to make connections with the defense ecosystem players in your country and in Europe and in Ukraine in general. So this is like the big goal we would like to achieve here, and really to create new defense solutions in order to help to defend Europe and Ukraine as well. Thank you very much for all of you, and I hope you had some good insights from today. Again, any other questions, please contact us, and I hope to see you very soon.